excellent lap. We're really pleased.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. The owner-driver, Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what...
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Welcome once again then to the United States Grand Prix here in the magnificent city of Austin. It was here in 2018 that Kimi Räikkönen delighted the world by winning for the first time in 114 races. There's always a record to be broken, so what, I wonder, is in store for us today? We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles an hour, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into Turn 1 and the very long back straight into Turn 12. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of Turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. It's the owner-driver in pole position then, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Bottas, Verstappen, Norris and Pierre Gasly, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Yuki Tsunoda and Raikkonen, Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Latifi, Eilert, Mazepin and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks. second stand will be leading the championship. Right now, focus on the race. You're leading the pack, P1. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Perez is behind you, pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now, 5 laps till the end. Gap to teammate behind is 7.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 14th. Who we're really fighting today, Perez and Ricciardo. Behind, the gap to the car behind is 5.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 44.3. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:39.7. We're leading our teammate by 18.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 14th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 46.3. Fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:39.4. first position, front of the pack. Perez is behind you. Our gap behind is 13.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Final lap of the race. The pack, P1, Perez behind. Okay, the gap behind is 15.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. This is your final lap of the race. Gap to teammate behind is 28.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 14th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 45.6.
Great work all weekend. Thank you guys, thank you so much.
Fantastic drive, just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way out onto the podium. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The owner-drivers team moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Who would you say is your biggest rival at the moment? You had a lot of fans out there today. Does the pressure get to you when you're back home? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? Was today a good day for you?
Appreciate your time.